Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing review we're going to be looking at the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, actual Bumblebee figure. So what we're going to do in a second, we're going to take him out of the box, have a detailed look at him in all of his modes. You can already see that we've done Fangry from this box set, so he's in his own separate video. We're then of course going to do some comparisons with him and some other figures that share the same mould as that one. We've then of course got to do a comparison with him and his original Generation 1 self, and we can also do some more comparisons with some other figures that have been released during the Generations toy line of Bumblebee as well. So quite a bit to get into this. So again, thank you to the subscriber who sent me this pack, because it is still not available anywhere in the UK. Now, when we look at this particular figure, I'm going to spin it around to the back. We'll have a look at the box first. So we've got the lovely box. We've got the Worlds Collide box set, because we've got Maximals, we've got Predacons, we've got Decepticons, and we've got Autobots. And as far as I'm aware, that's the four, and that is why you can see on the top we have the Worlds Collide. Now, if we spin it around to the back, we can see there that obviously this guy is going to be using, funnily enough, the original Earthrise Cliff Jumper mould, which is the only one of this moulds I haven't got as of yet. So, and he's also, as you can see, got the Allspark. Right, let's open this up then, because it already is. We've got lovely artwork there of Bumblebee. And then if we slide this out, nice and careful, we can see that he is just attached right there with his tie wrap. So what I'm going to do now, just to save you guys the boring task of watching me cut him out, I'm going to come straight back to you and he's going to be set. So then what we're going to do now with the video, we're going to do some quick first impressions before moving on to the actual review. And I've got to admit, I'm already a fan of this mould. I've got a couple of versions of him, and let's have a quick look. I love the Bumblebee head sculpt. It looks very, very good. I'm just going to briefly go through the articulation. As you can see, you've got the head tilt backwards and forwards, full rotation if you want it to. Same with the shoulders, they'll spin all the way around out to the side. You've got a waist swivel as well. You've got the same with the hips to the side, backwards, forwards, knee tilt, ankle rock, and pretty much, yeah, wrist tilt, as you'd expect. Everything from a new figure. We've got a lovely Autobot logo there on the front, and yeah, I'm excited to see this guy in his other mode. I think the accessories that come with this particular figure and this mold with the other figures are just fantastic. So we've got the back of the car there. I mean, if I want to be really, I suppose, pedantic or picky, it's obviously not going to transform into a Beetle, but we've already got one of them. And yeah, there's the alternate mode picture there. Here, of course, is the bazooka. This time it is now a green colour, and that's because I think Ironhide had it in the episode Transport to Oblivion. That was it. So Ironhide had the green bazooka. He's also got the Allspark here, and this is a slightly different colour. If I can show you, get it to focus. So that's the one from the Buzzworthy pack, and the more orange one is the one from the Netflix spoiler packs. They're both identical, there's just a slight difference in colour. Right then, what we're going to do now, we're going to have a detailed look at him in his alternate mode. Okay, then here he is in his alternate mode. Quick apologies for no transformation on camera. That is in a separate video, as I don't want to spoil it for people, and especially with this particular mold, because I think the transformation process is brilliant. So here's his alternate mode then, and this in honesty reminds me more of, I suppose, movie Bumblebee figure. It is supposed to be, shall we say, the alternate mode is a hybridized Porsche 924 Turbo and a Mitsubishi Starion model. It looks good though. I like it. I like the wheels. I like the detail in there. They've gone, you know, they've really looked at the extra bits of detail with this. I love the way this bit clips into the back. It looks very, very good. That's obviously his arms there, funnily enough, and you can see they are holding the whole back part of the car, which was separate. And underneath, to be honest, you can't really tell much more about, you know, about it being a robot, which is of course exactly what you want it to be with the Transformer. Now, I'm just going to move the Allspark out of the way because it's pretty useless for the rest of what we're going to be looking at. And this is again why I like this mold in this particular use, because with this there is so many things that you can do. I mean, literally loads. Some of the most obvious ones, of course, is you can attach this on the roof like so, and you've got a huge cannon which is fit straight into that 5mm port right on the roof. Now, there's no other ports for this to attach to properly. There is a hole on the bottom. I'm going to be showing you more about that in a second. But again, you can separate this right out into quite a few pieces. So you can choose how you want to attach these, if at all, and, you know, put a weapon on the roof. And if you don't want to put a weapon on the roof, what you can do is make this brilliant, I suppose it's like a ski upgrade kit too, whatever. I'm going to show you it. It's easier to show you than talk about it. So I'm going to take even these little bits out of the side of this, like so. And everything's going to attach to the underside. And the other reason why I really like this is because obviously all of these little bits you might lose when he's in his alternate mode, but not with this. You can store them all. So underneath the two fists there's holes there, and then there's that tab I was on about. If we take this major part there, we fold it out, we've got a 5mm tab that's going to fit into that port, and the two little dowels there are going to fit into the hands. So you might just have to slightly pinch them two together just to get them into position, like so. There we go, they've gone in there. Yep. And then this will click into that there. So this is fitting all underneath, nice and snug. You've then got two tabs either side, which are right there in yellow, and then you've got actual little cutouts there into this. So not the big cutout there, the little one that's right on the side. We can then attach this like so, either side of the wheel, and we'll do the same on the other side because there's exactly the same. There's a large cutout and the small cutout in the actual black part. So that's fit like them, as you can see. And then we can take these parts and actually use these as bits of skis. I think, looking at that, I've put them on the wrong way around, but I can correct that in a second. There's your larger cutouts there, like so. And then these will go underneath and on the wheels like that. And again, you can put these whichever way that you wanted. So I think, in all honesty, looking at this, I've put them the wrong way around. So I'm going to show you what it looks like the other way around. So this can go on that side like so. Have I got it right this time? Oh, twisting it round. Again, there's so many different ways that you can attach all these. So if I put these this way round like that, there we go. That also looks very, very good. Can you see that there? Let's just rest it up. Again, I think it's brilliant because you can use all these parts whilst he's in his alternate mode, which I know with a lot of figures, especially with a load of parts, you never were able to do that. It's entirely up to yourselves. I'm just going to take these all off now, like so. And then what we're going to do, we're going to come back. He's going to be in his in his robot mode for the final time. We'll see how we can do some different poses with all the parts that he's got that, yes, I keep dropping. And then we'll also do some comparisons with loads of other bumblebees. Okay, so we're back for the final time, and this is the way that I'm going to be displaying him. So let's have a proper look at him now in this robot mode. Now, I've not attached the back bit to him. If you remember, this was, of course, attached via them two tabs in the alternate mode in his hands. There's another tab underneath. If we flick it through, if my nails will do it, yes, they will. We've got another 5mm tab, and you've got a choice, to be honest, how you want to pop this in. There is the other... Well, there's the large hole that was on the underside. Now you can, and it isn't pictured like this, but I just want to show you that you can put it in that way, and he will still display with that. He doesn't look too bad, to be honest, with it up in the air like that. But of course, I'm sure you will see all of the ones where it is attached this way around, because it pretty much does hide right behind it. Now, there's actually another use for it as well, which I'm about to show you in a second, but I just want to show you, you've got a little tab there and a little tab there on his shoulder. So same as again with the spoilers pack, with this, I nearly forgot what it was then, of course. We can attach it right here to the forearm if you wanted to, like so. Oh, he says, and I've just dropped it. Let me just try it again. We're going to pop that there. There's the allspark sitting on his forearm. Or if you wanted to, you can stick it on the top of his shoulder. Now, the problem with this is we're going to attach loads of things to it, so it may fall off. I'm going to leave it there for a second because, again, now this is brilliant. And I say, if you're a kid playing with these, or I suppose even if you're making displays with all these, what you can do with this is obviously fantastic. So we can piece it all back together. We can fold that over. We can then attach this into there like so. We can then attach this into there like so. And we can now make the huge bazooka, and he can hold this in a number of ways because you've got 2 ports there, 1 and 2, so we can just pop this if we wanted to, lift it up, and of course like so. That'll pretty much rest on his shoulder. We can do a lovely downward, well, lying down pose with him leaning into, let me see if we can do it like that, lying down, arms out. That's more reminiscent of Cliff Jumper though, of course, obviously from the G1 cartoon, but there's so much you can do with this. Let's break it up into little pieces and I'll show you what I mean. So we can do 2 guns. We can do 1 gun there, pop that in his hand. We can do another gun with all the bits at the front like so. Again, we can keep going. We can get this part. There's a little tab there, and there's actually a cutout there on the side of his shoulder, so we can attach this to the side as well like that. And that's one way of doing it. I'm going to take these all off now because there's, again, more uses. Oh, that will pop out. That's not a problem. Just to reassure you, if that starts to happen, I'll show you what happens there. It does come out. It is just from the transformation process. You can detach this at the back. This can now be a shield as well if you wanted it to be. As I said, there's loads of different things in different ways that you can use to attach all of these bits to him. It just depends exactly on how you want to do it. So I think with this guy, to be honest, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back. Oops, his arms come off again. I'm going to attach this in the back there. We're going to start to do some comparisons now anyway. So what I'll do is I won't armour him up just yet. Let's just stand him up straight like so and move this box out of the way. Let's look at some of the uses of the same mould then. So again, I haven't got Cliff Jumper, unfortunately. This was the first one that I got. So this was the Netflix Bumblebee. And then the next one that I got was Bug Bite. And what you can see is I've done different ways to display them with these. I haven't got Hubcap with me, unfortunately, but I have got the Goldbug figure. And again, you can see that I've changed and maneuvered. Oh no, that was pretty, oh no, he's got little bits there, and that one's got it all on one. But you can have a real, well, yeah, you can have a real lot of fun with these completely because of all the different combinations that you can do. I'm just going to move Bug Bite out of the way, and I'm going to bring in original Generation 1 Bumblebee. There we go. And then the next version of Bumblebee, I think, was the Classics version. Don't worry, I'm not going to get them all out. I've got quite a few here, but that was the Classics Bumblebee, which you can see is much bigger. Let's take these 2 down. We then had Thrilling 30 version of Bumblebee, so this was known as the Legends scale. And then this was either Power of the Primes or Titan's Return. And then, funnily enough, we had a bit of a gap, a bit of a lull of Bumblebee figures. We had an absolute onslaught of them all until this particular toy line, the Buzzworthy toy line. So, for the Buzzworthy toy line already, and let's be honest, we are expecting it because it is Bumblebee. It is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee. We've got this little guy, who I think is brilliant. And then we've got this little guy, who is amazing in this mode, but I've already mentioned in previous videos, quite flawed in his alternate mode. But enough about him. This is all about this guy. So if you don't own any of, I suppose, these particular molds, and you can pick the pack up, it is definitely worth it. I've only reviewed 2 of the figures so far. Fangry's fantastic, and I'm already very partial to this mold. I can't deny that. I really like it. It's so good. Again, you can display him in so many different ways. So if you are lucky enough to be able to get hold of one of these particular packs, then I would recommend you, I suppose, yeah, trying to get one, because he's brilliant. What I'm going to do to display mine, I think for a change, to make him look slightly different, I'm going to have a larger gun like so. So it's still like a bit of a rocket launcher with that on the back. I'm going to keep this with either part either side, and that is how I'm going to be displaying my bumblebee. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed looking at him. I hope it helps with your decision whether you wanted to get one for yourselves. And yeah, keep your ideas and suggestions coming forward, and of course, please take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.